Most of you think we should not touch AI at all. But as an independent artist over the age of 50, thought it was worthwhile just exploring the topic, just introducing you to what the AI tools are, some of the benefits, some of the pitfalls, and what you must avoid if you're going to touch that deadly AI thing. Let's talk about the black widow spider. The female is known for eating its prey after mating. Ouch. And in Australia, we've got a close cousin of the black widow. It's actually the redback spider. Same thing, that the male apparently somersaults into the mouth of the female after mating. So pretty good athletics, and apparently it's to improve the chances of the offspring. So what's all this got to do with AI? Because it's a trap, or it could be. It all depends on how you use it, what you know about AI, and that's what we're going to delve into the topic today. So I'm going to deep dive into some of the topics. What's alluring about AI, some of the pros, clearly some of the cons, and the traps you have to avoid with AI. And then after all that, I'm actually going to share you an example. I'm going to take one of my original songs, throw it into AI, and I'm going to show you the before and the after, and the power and the traps of AI. This is such a fast-moving topic. I'm also going to link to a playlist of some great videos on this topic, including the legal subject, some of the platforms and how to use them and how to be effective with them. So there are a variety of resources you need to tune into if you're going to take that step and incorporate AI in your music. And hopefully after you've seen this video, you've got a bit more of an understanding about AI, maybe some paths to go in terms of your next steps of exploration, maybe the right warning signs to simply stop or avoid the traps. G'day and welcome to Indie Over 50. My name is John Huggart, and this channel is dedicated to those of us over the age of 50 releasing new original music on YouTube and Spotify. And remember, if you have any of those links, please drop them in the comments below. We're building playlists of Indie Over 50 artists, and you can be on there, YouTube and Spotify. Okay, so let's start with what's cool, what's alluring about AI. Well, it's pretty amazing. I mean, it offers an incredible tool to kind of like inspire and ideate and develop concepts and ideas incredibly rapidly and incredibly powerfully. Some of the platforms you might have heard of include Suno and Udio. There's a new one on the block called Revision, and some of them are incredibly powerful. It's actually quite exciting. AI does open up a lot of possibilities, and the quality in terms of production is actually quite extraordinary. As I say, hang around to the end of the video where I actually show a before and an after. So all of a sudden you're talking about avoiding, eliminating the requirement for producers or talent on some of your recordings. And a little bit like the Black Widow metaphor, it could appear alluring at first, but you really need to be aware of where the traps are. Okay, so some of the benefits for musicians if you do use AI. First of all, it can be incredibly instant. So it can spark and generate really powerful ideas incredibly quickly. Basically, there's about 3 ways to use AI on the 3 platforms that I've mentioned so far. The first one I would call is prompt-driven. Hey, come up with a song about driving a car down through the country in a pop style and with a female singer and harmonies. And it will come up with that song. The words, of course, will be completely unknown to you, but it will meet that brief. It's incredibly powerful in doing that incredibly quickly. That's called prompt-driven. Now, for those of us who have been around in music and songwriting for a while, we know that, well, that's actually no copyright for us. We didn't generate the lyrics and we didn't generate the melody, and you can't copyright an idea about driving in a car in the country and falling in a loud, whatever the case might be. The second way of generating AI music is lyric-driven. So, yep, we've got our lyrics, we drop them into AI. There's our lyrics, boy meets girl, whatever your lyrics are. And then you say, hey, please now produce a song in the style of rap or country or metal jazz fusion. And it will do that. That's the second way of doing it. And clearly we've got the same issue again. We've got the copyright in the lyrics are clear. The issue is now it's a melody that you'd never heard before, or is it? And finally, there's what's called the cover version style of generating songs with AI in these platforms. And effectively what you do there is you drop your original recording. It might be just a home studio demo. It might have been something you released earlier in your life. It might have been something you had fully produced in the studio last week. And what the AI will do then is reinterpret it based on your prompts. I want this song now to, instead of be a country song, I want it to be a jazz song. And that's what we're going to explore a little bit later in this video. There are some really amazing and powerful tools that come with AI. One of the most amazing recent examples is the controversy about the use of AI for the Beatles in releasing their new song Now and Then last year, 2024. But what they did for AI was not generate lyrics or music or production. They were simply using AI to really effectively lift John Lennon's original voice take from an old hissy tape from the 70s. It was able to eliminate all the other instruments in the background, eliminate the hiss from the old tape. And once they had a good, clean, capable take, that's how they were able to build the song in 2024. In fact, the story of that song is they tried to do it back when they did Anthology 3, I think in the late 90s, and chose not to proceed because that tape quality was just so bad. And they just didn't have the technology to lift and separate John Lennon's voice as they've done now through AI. So the benefit for AI, we're all in the honeymoon phase. It looks awesome, could be lots of fun. But okay, let's talk about the Black Widow trap for AI music. Copyright. Now, I am not a lawyer, and this is just such a fast-moving, complicated space. New cases are being written on it, new laws are being written on it, new terms of use are being developed for using these tools, or even through your own distributors for Spotify and things. The world is being rewritten as we speak right now. And that's why I say I'll have a link to a playlist of great resources on AI, because it's worthwhile keeping in touch with some of those YouTubers so you can keep up to date with what's going on in the market right now. But see, some of the copyright issues are, firstly, is how has the AI learnt to generate music? What are the copyrights that it's gleaned on, borrowed, stolen from to create those music ideas in the first place? There's celebrated cases that if you ask for it to be an ABBA song, it sounds like an ABBA song. And it probably has listened to every ABBA song ever produced and released in history to enable it to be able to do that. And then there are other issues, of course. If I just prompted in, hey, girl meets boy and goes down the country road, who owns the copyright in what's produced? And if I drop my song like I have done, I'm falling into this trap myself. I've dropped my song into one of these platforms. Who's to know if it's not going to use that original material to inform someone else's song, and I could hear my song again in some form or fashion at a later date. Even if the legal terms of the platform say I own the copyright, but if they're using the same model for same people and similar prompts are done and similar vibes or whatever, then who's to say that someone else's new music couldn't actually be breaching my copyright, or I could be breaching theirs? And that's real, and it's happening as well. Check out. Worthwhile finding out more about. I think the other dark side of AI music is the trend towards sameness. A little bit whilst it does a really, really powerful job, the one thing AI does not do is originality. It has to beg, borrow, steal, lend, and does a really good job of it, hearing all the different styles and backgrounds and different songs. So eventually it's coming out with an average of averages. You ask for a jazz song, comes up with a jazz song. You ask for a jazz song with a, jumpy jive style, it will do that. But ultimately, it's always going averages of averages. And that's why we can have the danger of AI starting to lose originality and start to feel blandness and sameness. Of course, the big fear of AI, like so many AI tools in the creative industries, as well as professional industries, is the loss of jobs. Hey, I'm a producer, I'm a guitarist, I'm a drummer, I'm a lyricist. Technically, all these jobs are at risk through AI. But it does such a good job, you can fall for the trap. It just feels so good. Now, if you're going to move forward on AI, that's fine. You do you. I've done it as an example, and I'll share that in a moment. But the main things are for you to do a couple of things that you need to be really, really clear on. Make sure you understand the terms you're signing up for on any of these platforms. If you're going to use AI and you're going to release the music, then please credit AI in the description of your music. Don't try and hide from it. Just say, yep, I prompted it through AI, or it was my lyrics with AI help on the music. And finally, the other great idea about AI is it might generate an idea for which you then go back to your traditional studio and lay as a foundation and produce an original song. So bottom line, embrace AI's benefits and opportunities, but be super aware of the risks and the traps that you could fall into with copyright. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to show you the before and after, and I'm going to take you through the process I went through. Now, this is a song. It's called Donate. And it's my song. And what you're about to hear is the demo. The demo was performed by a friend of mine called Rick Hopkins, a great artist, and I'll have the links to his Spotify below. And it's a basic demo. It's never been released. And I'm only going to play about 30 seconds, a couple of verses and a chorus or something like that. And then I'm going to show you the difference with what's been produced by AI. And by the way, I only put this song out there because I didn't think it was a song I was ever going to invest further in. I didn't think I was going to release this song. I felt good about the song. I enjoyed making the song. I loved some of the ideas of the song, but I just couldn't kind of make it work for me. So the really surprising part of this AI process for me is it's kind of reinvigorated the song. So that's going to leave me with a Black Widow trap at the end of this video. Okay, let's hear now a song called Donate. It's sung and produced by a friend of mine called Rick Hopkins.
The wellness program starts today, and I just came here to hear what they say. They say no judgment, it's okay. It's safe to be here, you found your place. Welcome to your getaway. Breathe in deep, then meditate. And you don't even have to pay. But of course, you can donate. And don't forget to spread the word.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Gave you a bit of a taste of a song. What I kind of liked about it was kind of this idea of a wellness program, and you could, rather than a fee, but you could donate. And it was kind of I don't know if it was being ironic about wellness programs and meditation and things like that. And that's why I could never quite settle whether I would, progress the song further. Now, here's what I did with AI. I dropped this into Refusion, one of the new platforms. It did a really good job, but it did require some tweaking. I did this process called the cover song version. So dropped in the entire demo that you just heard from Rick and gave it some prompts about the style that I'd like it to reproduce a song. Now, it took a few attempts. We're not talking hours or days or weeks. We're just talking about a few different prompts. Because at first, for example, it didn't pick up all the lyrics correctly. And then it didn't enunciate the words correctly. So it really got a lot of things wrong. But I kept on saying, please use the lyrics correctly. I think I might have retyped them once or twice. And it finally got the idea. And it did nail the lyrics thereafter and the enunciation. As I developed the prompts, I got to a point where it did a really, really nice version of the song that Rick had prepared, very faithful to the original, almost like a copy. But that was an interesting foundation because once I did that, I was then able to prompt, hey, remix that, but now in the style of, a chill house, EDM, wellness retreat type of vibe. That's what it did. Now let's have a listen to the results now.
The wellness program starts today, and I just came here to hear what they say. They say no judgment, it's okay. breathing deep and meditate. And you don't even have to pay, but of course you can donate. And don't forget to spread the word. Speak your truth and you'll be heard.
So there you go. What'd you think? I was surprised. I thought it was, up to you. May not be your style of music, but I was blown away, A, by the quality. One of the benefits, they say, the Refusion platform is the quality of the singer. It didn't sound too fake. And I do have an amazing foundation there now. I could technically download the stems and then, but I don't have commercial access to that product. So if I downloaded the stems, I'd have to then recreate them in my own world and be sufficiently different. This is why it's so complicated. I don't know what I'm going to do. And in fact, in the playlist of videos that I refer you to about AI, you'll see another professional artist dealing with this as a really emotive issue for him. It's a great video to watch if you get a chance. And by the way, as I say, I don't have the commercial rights to exploit what you've just heard, but I kind of like feeling I can put it on my YouTube video as kind of like a fair use. I hope I don't get in trouble with anyone overusing it. But that's part of this whole quagmire. There's part of this whole trap, the Black Widow trap of AI right now is I've got no idea whether I've just broken the law or broken someone else's copyright. I don't think so. And I quite enjoy the song. So here you go. If you're an independent artist over the age of 50, this is the Black Widow trap you must avoid. If you're going to think about AI, do it with your eyes wide open, keep up to date, understand, the strengths and the power of AI, but be really cautious about how you use it. Remember, your song is not written yet, so rock on and keep indie over 50. There was a redback on the toilet seat when I was there last night. I didn't see him in the dark, but I sure did feel his bite.